to the Kokomo Lantern. I'm Pat Muncie, publisher of the Lantern, and today I have with me Leonard Baxter. Mr. Baxter is running for Howard County Commissioner. Welcome, Leonard.
Thank you, Pat.
So tell the people out there a little bit about yourself and why you would like to be Howard County Commissioner.
Okay. First, I want to thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And basically what I'm about is, I'm Leonard Baxter, and I've been in this county. I grew up in this county, graduated from Eastern High School. My kids actually grew up and graduated out of Northwestern. Actually, my daughter has, and she's at Purdue right now for her first year. And my son, then, he will graduate here in about a month, and he's also going to Purdue University. So why do I want to, what do I want to do?
Right. Why do you want to be commissioner?
Okay. So why do I want to be commissioner is I think I like Howard County, and I want to see it grow. And I think, we could do a better job in helping as a commissioner with working with the other commissioners and our state legislators, bringing jobs into the community and having it grow and be a better community for the people around us.
Sure. One of the problems that Howard County has had for decades is it's heavily reliant on the automotive industry. You ran 4 years ago?
Yes.
And your platform at that time was economic development. You were really concerned about having a shovel-ready site for new investment. Now we've recently gotten that. How would you propose to build that out?
Well, just like 4 years ago, I had talked to Charlie Sparks, and I'd been over to the LaPorte area, not the LaPorte area, but the what's the name of it? Frankfurt area.
Okay. And
Lebanon, and talked to some people over there, and they're at that time they were wanting to expand, and Charlie said that if we had a shovel-ready site here, that we could have expanded from other counties in the state and brought those facilities, those extra jobs into Howard County.
Okay, so economic development is definitely top of your list. What would be another priority if you were elected?
Oh gosh, one of the other priorities is basically public safety, and it goes along with that: jail overcrowding and the P25 radio issues.
Sure.
And when I talk about that, there's three things that I talked about, but we could kind of wrap it into one. We all know, and this is maybe more of a city issue than it is a county, but the county is involved as well. We have opioid issues in this community, and with that brings crime. And we've had an expansion of shootings in this community, and basically the safety of the community is a big concern of mine. Even in the county, you have theft and things of that nature. So that's one thing. The jail overcrowding. Again, I've talked with Jerry Asher about this, and we're running about anywhere from 50 to 70 people per month over of what the jail can hold.
Sure.
So we have to take those people to another site, and that's a cost to the county. So that's an issue that I think we need to address, and we can. I think there's things out there that we can help address that and keep that number down, or help get it numbered down.
Okay.
One of the other things is the P25 radio. Again, I talked with Jerry on this, and he says that there's a keying issue. I've talked to others. They say it may be more than that. Do we want to scrap the whole thing? No, I don't think so. That's a cost prohibitive kind of thing.
True.
But I think that we need to get the people in here from Houston that actually, brought us this system and find out what's wrong with it. Because again, going back to the public safety, I don't have anybody on the police department that's family, but I know there's a lot of people out there that do. And if any one of those got hurt, what's that? First the laws, right?
Sure.
But then the financial issues that's going to bring to the county and the city. So those are huge issues that I think we need to look at.
Sure. So when you're addressing public safety as a commissioner, are you then advocating for the hiring of additional deputies?
Well, good question, and that's a fair question. So what I see is at any point in time, there's no more than 8 sheriff's deputies on the road. Okay. And if they have to travel from one side of the county to the other, there's a half an hour. I'm not advocating, I'm an NRA member, but I'm not advocating that, people, go out and, do the things that maybe the city or the county ought to do, a sheriff's deputy. But at the same time, one of the issues is we have dispatch, and they're working overtime all the time.
Mhm.
And I understand, some people like to work overtime, but you can't have overtime burnout. And I think that's kind of where we're at on that. So I think there's room to actually hire some more dispatch people.
Okay.
And also, I think there's room to hire another deputy or two. Yes.
Okay. And then with the jail, we do have our overcrowding issue.
Sure.
And that is a pretty old jail. We're well over 30 years in that facility.
Right.
Do you believe that the answer is building another jail, or are you looking at other ways to reduce the population?
Gosh, that's a good question. And I won't say I don't know the answer to this, but we have the opportunity to expand that jail.
Mhm.
Okay, but do we want to put everybody in jail that needs to go in jail? No. We've got the work release program.
Mhm.
One thing we don't have yet, and it's been advocated, I don't think it's started yet, but that's the women's release program.
It actually started in January.
Oh, it did start in January.
Yes.
Okay, so there's and one of the biggest things is that there's more women doing crime or doing jail time. Not more, but that number is increasing more on a daily basis than what there is on men. So is it time to maybe expand the jail and get a women's facility? That's one thing. I mean, it's everything's based on taxes,
Mhm.
and people don't like to spend money on taxes,
Right.
but yet they want to feel safe at the same time. So I think that's some things that we need to work on and figure out in the future how we want to tackle the problem.
All right. Are there any other topics that you believe are important to you as you're running for office here?
Well, and just like I live out west of town, and everybody's always concerned about the roads and can mine get paved? Recently, the last few days, we've had some rain, but last fall, in October, we had 8 inches of rain, and that that always brings somebody to the forefront and says, "Hey, I've got a drainage issue here." So, and if that was my house, I certainly would complain to the commissioners and the county council as well. So those are things that I think that, just to make, again, life easier on people in Howard County, those are things that we need to look at and fix. I think those are, and that takes a lot of strain and stress off of people when they can go home and know that their toilets are going to flush.
Sure. I appreciate that. I don't know about the rest of you, but so as voters go to the polls here next month, what would you like them to remember about you?
Well, again, that's a good question. And so what I've done is I've asked myself, can I do this job? Yes. Am I qualified for this job? And I looked at my qualifications. And again, I've been in the automotive industry for the last 33 years, right? And in the last 15, I've worked on things like airbags, like the pod system, what is that? Passenger object detection system, right? Mm-hmm. And what that does is that all this is public safety, and so I think that okay, and I hope you edit some of this out, but just like me having a farm, a lot of people come to me and go, "Oh, well, your parents farmed." I've gained my farming experience on my own, lived on a smaller portion of my salary and invested that in farming. And so I think when people go to the polls and look at me, they can know that I'm financially, fiscally knowledgeable and know how to run a county government. I also am on my St. Joan of Arc's financial council, and that's a pretty big budget, and know that I can work with people and do the right thing and get the job done.
All right. Very good. Well, that will take care of our time with Leonard Baxter today. Leonard, thank you so much for taking your time with us. And again, this is the Kokomo Lantern, and I'm Pat Muncy. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Pat.